Hello, my name is Kyle Wilson, Senior Underwriter and Vice President of National Workman's Comp Solutions, and today is our second part of the series with updates on this coronavirus stimulus package. Very important package everybody's been keeping a close eye on. So if you haven't seen already, what we see now is that the package was in fact signed. It went through the House approved it, now it went to the President's desk, and the President has just signed the stimulus bill as well. Which is including about $350 billion for small businesses. And I think we all agree and know that small business truly is the backbone of this country. And these programs are really going to make a huge difference for helping us all implement and get through these trying times. So the first thing that comes to mind naturally is, all right, what do we do? How do we implement this? Where do we go? How do we make these things happen? So I just want to kind of address on a couple of the things that we've looked into now and kind of what to expect to help everybody be able to take advantage of this. Just to recap as well, what we're looking for is these are going to be either small business assistance loans that are going to come from this fund that, and most importantly, portions of that is going to be able to be used as an actual grant there goes the star. And be used as an actual grant for use for rent, office rent payments, and even as well as employee salaries. So basically what you're doing is you're proving what your rent and or expenses or salary expenses have been for the past 3 months. And you're going to be able to use that in the application. And there's going to be, looks like a portion of, or perhaps a whole 3 months worth of salaries and rent payments that is going to be able to be given as an actual grant, which means you do not have to pay that back. Which can be a huge help for any and all small businesses right now that have been affected or can be affected by this coronavirus pandemic. So the two ways that you can go about doing this is you can go to sba.gov. Again, the site is up and running. They just changed the process, like I mentioned in the last video, to where you don't actually make a login username and a password anymore. You just download the documents and fill them out and re-upload them to the site. But hopefully by next week, once we see how the kinks start to get worked out and how the process is going to be, we're going to be able to actually potentially go to your own banks. So you'll be able to talk to your own banks individually, whoever your business checking account is through, and have them fast track that loan application and help them to basically do a quick turnaround, get your loan processed and approved, and then get the funding that you need for this process. Another point that someone had brought up, and got some great questions and great feedback from the last video, so thank you guys for that. A lot of our client partners are in PEO arrangements. And someone asked a question and say, hey, listen, good question. With a PEO arrangement, the PEO is technically the employer of record, and our client partners are the co-employers of record. So their question was, who gets the money? Who gets the funding? So what we've seen in the summaries of the bill is that the funding also includes potentially costs for payroll expenses as well. So we're going to find out more obviously this week as the details come out as far as whether or not that could possibly include your actual payroll costs and expenses, processing fees, invoices directly. But one thing I do know, and we can see it, which obviously makes a lot of sense, is that the funds are going to be going towards you as our client partners, because you guys are the co-employers. You are the ones that are paying for those expenses, paying for the salaries, materials, everything else that you have to keep the business up and running. So these are things that are going to be beneficial directly to you as our client partners, as the co-employers. So again, we're looking for constant updates, and we appreciate your feedback. But I again encourage everybody to go to sba.gov. You can get a lot of information and resources still there. At the same time, we're hoping that by next week we'll be able to start going towards our banks, and actually once the kinks get worked out as far as how can the funds be released and distributed, so we can start taking advantage of this. So until then, stay tuned. We'll still keep giving you guys more information as it comes to us as much as possible. And other than that, have yourself a phenomenal weekend. Stay safe, and again, stay strong. We'll talk to you soon. And if you have any questions, again, National Workman's Comp Solutions, we are here at 365, 24/7. We don't close. We're open all the time for all of our partners because we value all, and we're here to work in this together as a community. So if you need anything, please don't hesitate to ask. Thank you. Have a great day. Have a great weekend.